TV's humming static just to drown the silence out. But I still hear the echoes of the things we screamed about. I've checked my phone 1,000 times for a text that won't arrive. Just a digital graveyard where our always stays alive. I tried to go to dinner, but the table felt too wide. So I'm back here in the shadows with no place left to hide. I used to fear the thunder and the shaking of the ground, but now the scariest thing I've known is the absence of a sound. The walls are closing in, or maybe I'm just getting small, trying to find a reason why I'm standing here at all. 'Cause I'm alone with my thoughts, and they're not very kind. They're digging through the wreckage of the life we left behind. They're playing back the movies of the way you used to smile, and making me walk every lonely, broken-hearted mile. I can't turn off the engine, I can't find the stop. I'm stuck inside a spiral from the bottom to the top. It's a crowded room of memories, but nobody's in the bed. I'm just trapped inside the prison of the things inside my head. I'm counting up the shouldas and the coulders on my hand, like I'm trying to build a castle out of shifting desert sand. My mind is like a courtroom where I'm judging, I'm the thief, sentenced to a lifetime of this unrequited grief. Every corner of this apartment is a trigger for a tear. I'm a stranger in a story where the ending isn't clear. 'Cause I'm alone with my thoughts, and they're not very kind. They're digging through the wreckage of the life we left behind. They're playing back the movies of the way you used to smile. They're making me walk every lonely, broken-hearted mile. I can't turn off the engine, I can't find the stop. I'm stuck inside a spiral from the bottom to the top. It's a crowded room of memories, but nobody's in the bed. I'm just trapped inside the prison of the things inside my head. I give anything for static, I give anything for noise, to drown out all the ghosts of all our broken little joys. But the quiet is a mirror, and it's showing me the truth, that I'm still holding on to every second of our youth. Just me and the shadows, just me and the white, just me and the ghost of a long gone goodbye. I'm alone, yeah, I'm so alone. With every thought of you across the sheets before I'm even awake, and find the cold hard hollow where my heart starts to break. The sunlight's hidden dust motes where your suitcase used to stand. I'm grasping at the ghost of the life that we had planned. We talked about a garden and a porch with painted white. Now I'm just staring at the ceiling in the middle of the night. The blueprint is torn and the ink is all run from the weight of the things that we never got done. I'm living in a house built of might-have-beens and tripping over shadows of our broken dreams. Cause it's an empty bed and a heavy head, thinking about the words that we should have said. I'm sleeping on the left side, leave the right side for the rain, while I'm drowning in the quiet of this localized pain. Every promise we made is a debt I can't pay, in this broken dreamed house where you didn't stay. Yeah, the silence is loud and the blankets are lit in the cold bitter desert of an empty bed. Saw that old travel guide we bought for the coast. Now it's just a bookmark for the things I miss the most. The tickets on the dresser are expired and gray, just like the forever that you threw away. I try to close my eyes, but the vision's too clear of the version of us that's no longer here. Cause it's an empty bed and a heavy head, thinking about the words that we should have said. I'm sleeping on the left side, leave the right side for the rain, while I'm drowning in the quiet of this localized pain. Every promise we made is a debt I can't pay, in this broken dreamed house where you didn't stay. Yeah, the silence is loud and the blankets are lit in the cold bitter desert of an empty bed. I trade every someday for just one right now, to unbreak the spirit and unbreak the vow. But the mattress is vast and the pillows are stone, and I'm learning the geometry of being alone. Just the shadows and the sheets and the empty, be empty. You carved your words in the kitchen wood, promised to stay as long as you could. I built a life on the things you said. Now I'm just haunted by the ghosts in our bed. The always you gave me was made out of glass. I'm watching the shards as the slow hours pass. I trusted the map that you drew in the dark, but you led me to water and left not a spark. Now I'm drowning in maybes and what could have been, under the weight of your beautiful sins. It's a house full of broken promises, broken me. I'm the casualty of a we that couldn't be. You took all the color and left me the gray, with the forever that ended on a random Tuesday. I'm picking up pieces that don't fit no more, searching for the person I was once before. Yeah, it's broken promises and a broken me. The rings in the drawer, a circle of lights, reflecting the salt that's been filling my eyes. You said we'd grow old, you said we'd be gold, but the story was finished before it was told. Now I'm an echo in an empty hallway, fading a little more every single day. You didn't just leave, you tore out the roots. Now I'm standing here barefoot in the cold, bitter truths. Was any of it real or just a well-rehearsed line? While you were planning your exit, I thought you were mine. It's a house full of broken promises, broken me. I'm the casualty of a we that couldn't be. You took all the color and left me the gray, with the forever that ended on a random Tuesday. I'm picking up pieces that don't fit no more, searching for the person I was once before. Yeah, it's broken promises and a broken me. Just like the vow, just like the us. I'm trying to breathe, but I've forgotten how. One more promise, one more I'm sorry, but it's too late now. Yeah, it's just broken me. The window frost is tracing patterns on the glass, watching the seasons and the ghosts of us pass. I'm shivering in a sweater that used to be yours, while the winter wind rattles the locks on the doors. I reach for the kettle to drown out the chill, but the house is so quiet and the air is so still. My breath makes a cloud in the middle of the room, the fragile white flower that's forgotten to bloom. And I'm crying cold tears for a love that was fire, tangled up in the wires of a broken desire. My cheeks are like ice, but my chest is still burning with the weight of a world that stopped its turning. I'm shivering, shaking, and falling apart, with cold tears on my face and a warm memory in my I remember that July, the sun on your skin, before the shadows and the silence moved in. We were golden and reckless, we were timeless and high. Now I'm just a stranger under a charcoal sky. It's funny how the mind holds the heat of the sun. Long after the damage and the distance are done, I'm freezing in the present, just trying to survive on the glow of a ghost that's no longer alive. And now I'm crying cold tears for a love that was fire, tangled up in the wires of a broken desire. My cheeks are like ice, but my chest is still burning with the weight of a world that stopped its turning. I'm shivering, shaking, and falling apart, with cold tears on my face and a warm memory in my heart. If I let the fire die, then I'm truly alone in a kingdom of ice on a hollowed out throne. So I'll keep the fever, I'll keep the ache, just to feel something real before I break. Warm memories in a freezing noon. The ice is melting, but it's too late to bloom. Just cold tears, cold I tried to give my heart away to someone new last week, but I couldn't find the rhythm in the way they'd start to speak. I've changed the locks and painted over every shade of blue, but I'm still a haunted house that's built entirely of you. They say that I'm a free man, that the papers made it real, but there's a stubborn ghost inside that simply won't unfeel. The calendar is moving, but my pulse is standing still. I'm trying to move on, but I haven't got the will. I've walked 1,000 miles just to find a different you, but every road I take is just a circle back to you. 'Cause my name still tastes like yours when I say it out loud, and I'm looking for your shadow in every passing crowd. I've burned the bridges down, and I've thrown a someday that's shiny and it's new. But in the quiet of the wreckage, I still belong to you. I saw you at the market. You were buying some rough fruit, and I felt the old familiar ache take a deeper root. You didn't even see me, or maybe you just chose to look right through the portion that you used to hold so close. I'm a planet out of orbit, I'm a ship without a sea, just the lingering vibration of who we used to be. 'Cause my name still tastes like yours when I say it out loud, and I'm looking for your shadow in every passing crowd. I've burned the bridges down and I've thrown away the key, but I can't escape the part of you that's living inside me. You moved on to a someday that's shiny yet it's new. But in the quiet of the wreckage, I still belong to you. It's a lonesome kind of loyalty, a debt that's never paid, to stay inside the ruins of the promises we made. You took a half of everything, the records and the chairs, but you left your soul behind, and it's following me upstairs. I'm yours even if you don't want me. I'm yours even if you don't hold me. I'm just a letter with no address, a heart that's lost its years. Yeah, I still belong. I still The coffee's getting cold on the passenger side. I still leave the porch light on every night. I catch myself checking the reflection in the glass, waiting for a shadow that I know won't pass. I bought the groceries you like, the ones I'll never eat, just to keep a little bit of us on the street. The world keeps moving, the clock keeps the time, but I'm stuck in the moment. You were still mine, and I still wait for you in the middle of the dark, searching for the fire from a dying little spark. I'm a lighthouse leaning over a dried up sea, waiting for the wave that brings you back to me. They say let it go, like it's easy to do, but I'm just a ghost who's still waiting for you. I heard a car door slam 3 houses down, and for a split second the air left the ground. I reached for my phone to tell you the news, then I remembered I've got nothing left to lose. Your side of the bed is a valley of white, untouched and lonely in the middle of the night. Say let it go, like it's easy to do, but I'm just a ghost who's still waiting for you. Is it hope or is it just a habit I can't break? How much of this waiting can one heart take? The seasons are changing, the leaves turn to gold, but I'm still holding on to a hand I can't So I'll sit on the porch till the stars turn to gray. Maybe tomorrow is your homecoming day. I'm still here, right where you left me, dear. I still wait for you. The taxi is idling at the end of the drive, and I'm counting the seconds. I'm still alive in the warmth of this house, in the glow of your skin, before the long winter of the never begins. Don't talk about reasons, don't talk about fate. Don't tell me it's better or tell me it's late. Just for a moment, let's pause the goodbye and live in the space of a beautiful lie. I know where we're going, I know how this ends. I know that tomorrow we're barely even friends, but the clock on the mantle is starting to chime, and I'm begging for just a few inches of time. So darling, just love me one last time before the mountain is too steep to climb. Hold me like you're never gonna let me go, even though we both already know. Give me a memory to keep in the dark, a flicker of heat from a dying spark. Don't be a stranger, don't be a ghost. Love me when I'm the one missing you most. Just love me one last time. Your coat's by the door and your bag's on the floor, and I'm memorizing the way that you wore that smile that I'll never see waking down next to me in the cold, empty freedom of being set free. One more slow dance in the kitchen light, one more I'm yours in the middle of the night before the world resets and the colors all fade, and I'm left with the wreckage of the plans that we made. So darling, just love me one last time before the mountain is too steep to climb. Hold me like you're never gonna let me go, even though we both already know. Give me a memory to keep in the dark, a flavor of heat from a dying spark. Don't be a stranger. for the breaking of two hearts. I try to scrub the kitchen floor, to wash away the scent, to fix the dent in the hallway where our last argument went. I changed the sheets and moved the chair and painted every wall. I told my mind to forget the way you stumbled through the hall. But even when I'm sleeping, even when I'm stoned, there's a part of me that refuses to be alone. The logic in my head says you're long gone for good, but the muscle in my chest hasn't understood. 'Cause my heart still knows your name. He calls it out in the middle of the rain. He beats a rhythm only you can understand, like a map of the city and a far land. I can tell my eyes to look me other way. I can tell my lips I have nothing left to say. But deep in the red, where the pulse starts to flame, my heart knows your name. I met someone for coffee. She had a different kind of smile, and for a minute I felt steady for a little while. But then the radio played that song from 3 summers ago, and my blood turned to ice and the air got slow. It's like a secret code that I can't ever break, the permanent star that I'll never unmake. 'Cause my heart still knows your name. You calls it out in the middle of the rain. You beats a rhythm only you can understand, like a map of a city in a far-off land. I can tell my eyes to look the other way. I can't tell my lips I have nothing left to say. But deep in the red, when a pulse starts to flame, my heart knows your name. It doesn't care about the why or the how. It doesn't care that you're with someone else now. It's a stubborn little engine, a ghost in the machine, living in the spaces of everything we've been. voice hasn't yet. No, it hasn't yet. It's still whispering your I found your name in the margins of a book I haven't read since the night you packed the silence, then you walked out of our bed. The house is loud with emptiness, the clock has lost its beat, and I'm still checking mirrors for your ghost on every street. They say that time is healing, but it's just a clever lie. It's just a way of counting all the ways I didn't die. My mind has accepted the never again. My hands have stopped reaching for yours now and then. But there's a quiet rebellion deep in my chest that hasn't quite put all our always to rest. 'Cause my soul still calls for you in the middle of the night, like a bird with a broken wing, looking for the light. I can tell my heart to stop, I can tell my feet to stay, but my spirit follows everywhere you went away. It's a frequency you're missing, the sound you'll never hear, but my soul is still calling you, even after saw a flash of blue today, the color of your coat, and for a second I forgot the final words you wrote. I breathed in for a moment, like I finally found the air. Then the crowd moved on and realized you weren't standing there. It's funny how unaware of the wreck, while I'm still wearing your memory like a stone around my neck. 'Cause my soul still calls for you in the middle of the night, like a bird with a broken wing, looking for the light. I can tell my heart to stop, I can tell my feet to stay, but my spirit follows everywhere you went away. It's a frequency you're missing, a sound still calling, still calling. I'm still calling for you. I'm standing on the corner of 5th and Despair, watching the gray clouds tangle in my hair. I told you I was fine, I watched you drive away, but the sky saw the lie in the words I couldn't say. Now the first drop hits like a cold sharp sting. The sky starts to feel every weight that I bring. If I cry out loud, the world might hear the break, but the clouds are here to cover every mistake. And these are just tears written in the rain, hiding the salt and the sting of the pain. Wash away the memory, drown out the sound of my heart-hidden pieces on the soaked-up ground. You'll never know I'm falling apart, because the storm is the curtain for a broken heart. Just 1,000 drops on a window pane, and my tears written in the rain. Look at my hands and they're shaking and wet, trying to scrub off the us I haven't lost yet. The streets are all blurring into rivers of blue, just a watercolor version of a life without you. Anyone passing thinks I'm just caught in the pour. They don't see I'm drowning right outside your door. And my tears written in my just another puddle, just a passing state. Tears written in the rain. of the hope I was holding, the life that I knew, falling away in the shadow of you. There wasn't a storm and there wasn't a sound, just the weight of my universe hitting the ground. A slow motion earthquake, a silent goodbye under a perfectly ordinary sky. 'Cause the day my heart broke didn't sound like a crash. It didn't burn down in a pillar of ash. It was just a sharp intake of cold empty air, and the realization that you weren't there. The strings didn't swell and the lights didn't dim. I just felt the ghost of a life growing slim. Yeah, the world kept on turning, but mine went to smoke on the quietest morning that my heart ever broke. That my heart ever broke. I went to the store and I bought some bread, while a million I love yous died in my head. I stood in the aisle and I stared at the floor, wondering why I don't breathe anymore. People were laughing and checking their phones, unaware that I'm walking through valleys of bones. It's a lonely sensation to fall out of grace, with a smile plastered onto a hollowed out face. 'Cause the day my heart broke didn't sound like a crash. It didn't burn down in a pillar of ash. It was just a sharp intake of cold empty air, and the realization that you weren't there. The strings didn't swell and the lights didn't dim. I just felt the ghost of a life growing slim. Yeah, the world kept on turning, but mine went to smoke on the quietest morning that my heart ever broke. I waited for thunder, I waited for rain, to give some perspective to all of this pain. But the sky stayed a taunting, beautiful blue, like it didn't even notice that I'd lost you. No sirens, no warnings, just the tea getting cold and a story that's already been told. The day my heart broke was just another day, except for the part where you walked away. The piano keys are dusty and the guitar's out of tune, just like the way I felt since that afternoon in June. I filled up notebooks with the whys and hows of us, writing down the fragments of a love I used to trust. But my ink is running dry and my voice is getting thin. I'm tired of the battles that I know I'll never win. I've sung about your eyes, I've sung about your grace, I've sung to every shadow that looks like your face. But I'm tired of the haunting, I'm tired of the ghost of loving the version of you that I miss the most. So this is the last song I'll ever write for you, the final I love you, the final we're through. I'm putting the melody down on the floor, I'm locking the rhythm and closing the door. No more sad verses, no more crying in the dark. This is the moment I'm snuffing the spark. The music is ending, Your silence is new. This is the last song I'll ever write for you. I used to think that if I found the perfect set of chords, I could bridge the distance and bring you back towards your center of my world, where you always used to stay. But your song is just a heartbeat that's destined to decay. I'm tired of the maybes, hiding in the breeze, and looking for your silhouette along the mountain ridge. Yeah, this is the last song I'll ever write for you. The final I love you, the final we're through. I'm putting the melody down on the floor. I'm locking the rhythm and closing the door. No more sad verses, no more crying in the dark. This is the moment, it's nothing to spark. The music is ending, the silence is new. This is the last song I'll ever write for you. The pen is on the table when mic is turned away. I finally said everything that I had to say. No more music, just the quiet, just the truth. This was the last song I'll ever write for you. I still buy coffee for 2 in the morning, and I remember you're not in the hall. I leave the porch light on without a warning, just to catch shadows that dance on the wall. You said that you needed some space for your breathing. I didn't know you meant miles of sea. Now I'm just tracing the ghost of your leaving in the spots where your laughter used to be. I go, it's the pain that you never saw, the way that I crumble when I shut the door. I'm a master of faking, a ghost in the making, trying to hide what I'm making for. You see the smile, you hear the I'm fine, but I'm drowning in silence, 1 inch at a time. It's the heaviest weight, the bitterest flaw. It's the part of the heartbreak that you never saw. I saw your car at the light by the station. I almost pulled over to wave you down, but I'm practiced in all of the self-preservation of being a stranger in our little town. East winter still smells like the night in October, before all the maybes turned into no. Now I'm just waiting for this to be over, but I've got a lifetime of letting you go. And oh, it's a pain that you never saw, the way that I crumble when I shut the door. I'm a master of faking, a ghost in the making, trying to hide what I'm making for. You see the smile, you hear the outline, but I'm drowning in silence, one inch at a time. It's the heaviest weight, the bitterest flaw. It's the part of the heart weight that you'll never stop turning on the lights. I'm just a shadow on your floor, and you don't look down anymore. No, you don't look down anymore. Keys are on the counter, right where you always put them, but the jingle's gone, replaced by a weight in the air. I'm watching the dust dance in the light of the hallway, in the exact same spot where you used to stand and brush your hair. I thought silence was empty, just a room with no words, but it's heavy and loud, like a storm I can't hear. And oh, the sound of you leaving is the loudest thing I've ever known. It's the click of the deadbolt, the gravel under your tires. It's the hum of the fridge now that I'm all alone. It's not a scream or a cry or the breaking of glass. It's just the ghost of your footsteps on the hardwood floor. God, I never knew that goodbye had a rhythm until I heard the sound of you closing the door. I walked past the closet, saw an empty wire hanger. It's swaying a little, like it's shivering from the cold. There's a space on the bookshelf where your favorite poem sat. Now it's just a gap in the story we told. I keep waiting for the floorboards to crate near the kitchen, for the kettle to whistle, for the life to come back. But oh, the sound of you leaving is the loudest thing I've ever known. It's the click of the deadbolt, the gravel under your tires. It's the hum of the French now that I'm all alone. It's not a scream or a cry or the breaking of glass. It's just the ghost of your footsteps on the hardwood floor. God, I never knew that goodbye had a rhythm until I heard the sound of you closing the door. They say time heals the echoes, but the walls have a memory too. Every corner of this house is screaming a different version of you. It's just me and the static, the wind to the scream, the quietest never have ever seen. Yeah, that's the sound of you leaving. I've mastered the art of the I'm doing fine. I've learned how to laugh right on the line between a heart that's beating and a soul that's gone cold, keeping the secrets that'll never be told. I wait for your car to pull out of the drive before I let go of the stroke to stay alive. I'm a portrait of strength when you're in the room, but I'm a garden of thorns that forgot how to bloom. You see the drives, you see the steady hands. You think I'm moving on, making new plans, but as soon as the door clicks and the hallway goes dark, the fire goes out and I'm just a spark. And oh, it's the tears you never saw, the way that I'm breaking against the law of keeping it together while I'm falling apart. A silent explosion inside of my heart. I'm a rainstorm in a desert, a ghost in the hall. I'm the shadow that captures me whenever I fall. You got the sunshine, I got the flood, and all of the tears that you never saw. I go to the places where we used to go, but I stay in the back where the lighting is low. I watch you tell stories and drink with your friends while I'm tracing the map of where everything ends. I've cried in the shower to drown out the sound. I've cried in the car with the windows rolled down. I'm a masterpiece painted in shades of the blue, but I'll never show the damage to you. 'Cause oh, it's the tears you never saw, I'm sitting in the kitchen where the light is turning gold, holding on to stories that are getting gray and old. I see you in the steam that rises from the cup. I'm looking for your shadow, but it never shows up. The house is full of echoes, the air is full of you. Every little corner is a shade of lonely blue. I'm talking to the silence like it's gonna talk back, trying to find the color in a world that's gone too black. You're my memories, you're the ache in my chest, the part of my spirit that can't find any rest. You're the ghost in the hallway, the scent on the sheet, the bittersweet rhythm in every heartbeat. I'm a prisoner of used to, a slave to the then, trying to write it forever with a broken out pen. Everywhere I turn, it's your face that I see. You're my memories, and that's all you'll ever be. I try to clear the closet, I try to wash the floor, but I found a silver earring near the bedroom door. It's like a tiny anchor dragging me back down to the middle of the ocean, where I'm starting to drown. The calendar is lying, it says the year has moved, but I'm stuck in the moment that we already proved was the end of the story, the closing of the light. Now I'm just a memory of a me that felt right. Sometimes I hate the way you linger in the air, like a haunting vibration that's always just there. But I'm terrified of the day when the visions start to fade, and I can't quite remember the promises we made. So I'll keep you in the static, I'll keep you in the cold, a beautiful sorrow that I'm forced to hold. Just a memory, a flicker in the dark, a dying ember from a vanished spark. You're everything, and you're nothing at all. Just my memories leaning against the wall. I finally moved the boxes that we stacked up in the hall. I took down every picture hanging heavy on the wall. I scrubbed the kitchen counters till my fingers turned to red, trying to bleach the echoes of the things we never said. I opened all the windows winter in, to freeze the feeling of your touch still lingering on my skin. The candles have all flickered out, the fireplace is cold. The story that we started is a story that's been told. But I'm standing in the ashes of the us I used to know, and finding out that embers have a way of holding on. 'Cause the house is dark and the lights are out, but your memory still burns, there's no shadow of a doubt. It's a slow motion fire in the center of my chest, a fever in my spirit that won't let me find no rest. I can blow out the flame, I can turn every key, but your memory still burns, and it's consuming me. I saw you in a dream last night. You looked so much at peace, while I was begging heaven for a moment of release. I woke up reaching for the space where you were meant to be, and the heat of wanting you was like a brand inside of me. It's not a gentle glowing, it's a jagged searing white. It's the only thing that keeps me from the freezing of the night. 'Cause the house is dark and the lights are out, but your memory still burns, there's no shadow of a doubt. It's a slow motion fire in the center of my chest, a fever in my spirit that won't let me find no rest. I can blow out the flame, I can turn every key, but your memory still burns, and it's consuming me. They say that time will heal and smoke will always clear, but the air is getting thinner every day that you're not here. I'm a forest in the summer, I'm a match left in the rain. There's a strange kind of comfort in the burning of this pain. Yeah, it burns in the scent of your old shirt, in the way the silence hurts. I'm just a hollow shell, watching all the bridges turn to dust and smoke and shadows, while your memory still burns, still burns. I saw a silver car just like yours today. I almost waved before I looked away. The grocery list has an empty space where I used to write the things you'd like to taste. It's the smallest things that cut the deal, the promises we promised we would keep. I can handle the rain and the cold on my own. I've learned how to live in this house, not a home. But someone asked how you've been lately, and I felt my composure break down greatly. Because your name still hurts to say out loud. It's a lightning bolt in a quiet cloud. It's 2 simple syllables, 5 little letters, but it's the chain that keeps me from getting better. I can bury the photos and lock every door, but your name is the ghost I can't ignore. I try to rename the places we went, but they're still colored by the time we spent. The park is ours and the corners see too. Everything's a map that leads back to you. I practice the story of why we're apart, but the words always tangle and trip in my heart. It used to be a melody, a song I'd always sing. Now it's a sharp-edged, jagged little thing. I wish I could treat it like a stranger's face, instead of a sacred, broken-hearted place. Because your name still hurts to say out loud. It's a lightning bolt in a quiet cloud. It's 2 simple syllables, 5 little letters, but it's the chain that keeps me from getting better. I can bury the photos and lock every door, but your name is the ghost I can't ignore. Your name, it's a beautiful sound, but it's how I get lost, and it's how I stay found. Yeah, your name still hurts. I'm walking through the market in the pouring rain, trying to find a frequency to numb the pain. I see a stranger's coat, a familiar stride, and for a heartbeat, I'm opening up inside. But when the wind whistles through the city street, it carries a sound that makes my spirit retreat. It's the phantom of a whisper, the ghost of a plea. Like you're standing right there next to me. In the rattle of the keys and the hum of the fan, I'm still listening for the echoes of our plan. The house is a canyon deep and wide, but there's nowhere left for me to hide. Across the hallway and through the door, I still hear your voice on the hardwood floor. Though the silence is loud and the choice was yours. I still hear your voice behind closed doors. I'm waking up early to a quiet room, where the shadows are heavy with a sense of doom. I hear you call my name from the kitchen sink, before I've even had a second to think. But the kettle is cold and the chair is bare, and I'm just breathing in the empty air. You're a melody stuck on a broken loop, in a heart that's starting to wither and droop. Is it a haunting or a cruel disguise? The way you laughter still finds my eyes. I try to scream to drown out the sound, but your words are the only thing keeping me bound. If you're really gone, then why won't you go and stop putting on this audible show? In the rattle of the keys, in the hum of the fan, I'm still listening for the echoes of our plan. The house is a canyon deep and wide, but there's nowhere left for me to hide. Across the hallway and through the door, I still hear your voice on the hardwood floor. Though the silence is loud and the choice was yours, I still hear your voice behind closed doors. I still hear you whispering in the dark, like a dying ember or a fading spark. Don't forget me, is all you say, as the morning light starts to wash you away. But I hear you, yeah, I still hear your voice always. The sky didn't fall. I watched the clock on the wall stop moving at 4, when I heard the soft click of the lock on the door. You didn't scream and you didn't even cry, you just looked at the floor with a hollow goodbye. I stood in the kitchen, the kettle was screaming, but I was just praying that I was still dreaming. The world didn't end with a crash or a flare, it just ran out of breath and air. The sky didn't fall, but the light turned to gray on the day you let me go. The birds didn't stop, they just flew far away from the secrets that we used to know. I felt the anchor snap and the current take hold. The warmth of your hand turned suddenly cold. My whole world stayed still, but the wind started to blow on the day you let me go. On the day you let me go. I walked through the house like a stranger in line, trying to find something that was still mine. But your scent was already starting to fade from the pillows and promises that we had made. I sat on the porch and I watched the cars pass like a shadow reflection in a broken glass. I wanted to run, but my feet were like lead, buried in every word that you never said. They say that the healing begins with a scar, but I'm still wondering where you are. Are you breathing easier now that you're free? Or are you still carrying a shadow of me? I'm a map with no ink, I'm a song with no tune, waiting for a sun that's eclipsed by the moon. The sky didn't fall, but the light turned to gray on the day you let me go. The birds didn't stop, they just flew far away from the secrets that we used to know. The warmth of your hand turned suddenly cold. My whole world stayed still, but the wind started to blow on the day you let me go. Now it's just calendars ticking away, the ghost of a Tuesday, the end of a day. I'm still standing here in the afterglow of the day you let me go. Yeah, the day you let me go. Just let me go.